And it's really important for you to nip it in the bud when you are in a long distance relationship. You cannot allow your partner to stress you. All right, let's get into this first post for tonight. He said that I shouldn't come back. Need support. My boyfriend recently texted that I shouldn't come back to the city where we both live. I am studying in a different country in university. If I'll work during weekends for the summer holidays, 3 months, because this will be our time when we can spend the day fully together. I haven't felt this heartbroken. I thought he said it as a joke, but he truly meant it. I don't have any work yet, and I've been looking for some part time, but those usually are shifts and there might be a chance that I might be working during 1 or 2 weekends. F. Trying not to curse. I have been craving meeting with him for at least 10 minutes, and he says I shouldn't even come back. So maybe she meant to say, I have been craving meeting with him at least 10 months, and he says I shouldn't come back. Okay, so we got this young lady right here saying how she went away for college, university, and she's looking for a summer job. And if she gets a summer job, she'll be working on the weekends. And her boyfriend tells her, hey, don't even come back to the city. She should have asked for more clarification because that's all she gave. But she said, oh, I thought he was just playing, but he really meant it. He was like, don't come back. So immediately that sounds like, I'm looking at the wrong camera. It sounds like, hey, I don't want to see you. I don't want to be around with you this summer. Don't come back. I'm already on my, I got my little summer fling. You stay where you at. You do university. You work. But if we scroll down to the comments, somebody asked her, have you asked him the reason why he doesn't want you to visit? And then she says, he said that because we will not be able to spend together our weekends. All the weekends. Bruh, you're not about to get all of my weekends. Then that person said, he's starting to fit like a big baby. So call his bluff. Tell him you should just break up then, because what's the point? He either wants to break up and it's too chicken shit, or he's immature AF and will beg you not to. Period. Or he is so immature or something is happening there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I think he got a side piece. My thoughts. Maybe he doesn't want her around to find out something he wants to hide and is coming up with excuses. That's what it's truly giving. It kind of looks like that. You could check an old post of her telling that his boyfriend is depressed and all. I wouldn't find weird he is manipulating her too. He may be mentally unstable. Don't come back. You be happy. I'm back here depressed. You know, what is he doing back in the city? You went away to better your life, to get an education, and he's back in the city. So I'm curious to what is he doing? I'm curious to know, what is he doing back at home? So he could be cheating. He could be mentally unstable. He could not want her anymore and don't want to tell her. That's a lot. Somebody else says, weird. Mine tells me I can go over whenever I want. That's a lot right there. That's a lot right there. So it's a lot of missing pieces. She got to really ask the questions. I like how somebody said, call his bluff. Yeah, call his bluff. What's up? Why you don't want me to come back? Why are you telling me not to come back? It's summer break. I don't have a job yet. She could actually go home and get a job. She's looking for a job, and she knows if she gets a job, she will have to work weekends. And girl, I say, get your money. Forget him. Forget him. I remember being a freshman in college at Coastal Carolina University, and when I left with a boyfriend. Child, hindsight is 2020, because now I know that wasn't no boyfriend of mine. And I remember being at college and just thinking about him, trying to get him to come visit me. Refused to come visit me. I was dying to get home every weekend to come see him, to be up under him. And now that I'm way older, I'm like, that was whack. I was wasting my good time. Should have been in college, enjoying my time, which I still enjoy my time. But, during those moments where I was trying to get back home and be up under a boyfriend, if I can go back, I would redo that. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. Forget them boys or girl, whoever it is. Don't be trying to get back to be with a person. How about he come visit you? Okay, honey, you don't want me to come back to the city for the summer? Come visit me. Challenge him with that. See if he'll come visit you. I am parched. Give me a second. I don't want to drink out of this. Oh, I got a cup. Yeah, I say forget him. Forget all that going back home to visit a boyfriend. For what? You're young. You're in school. You're getting educated. Don't focus on boys. Focus on making money and getting your education. Of course, have fun. I even suggest that she finds a boyfriend wherever she attends school at. Find a new boyfriend. Find a boyfriend that's on the same page as you, going to the same college as you. Don't be running back to the home city to be up under a boyfriend. I made that mistake when I was in college. And when you're over it, it's the best feeling ever. Cheers. That's right, Mr. Chibuchi. Hey, y'all. Welcome back again today. Don't forget to like the live, share it, and let's chat in the comment section. I love that energy. Thank you, Mr. Chibuchi. Mr. Victor Prince. Now we got water. Make sure you drink your water. Stay hydrated. It's summertime. Perfect. Yeah. Young people, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't be around these men and trying to persuade him and change his mind about wanting you around. If a person wants you around, you will feel it. You would know. If a person don't want you around, you will know as well. You gotta listen to your intuition. For her to even be posting this online and asking for support, she's not even asking for advice. She's asking for support because I think she knows what's up. Yeah, I truly think that she knows he ain't the one. I would leave that in the comment section for her, but I don't want to be too blunt. And I think it's best for her to figure it out. You know what? Let's leave a comment. You sound like a young, I don't want to say smart. It's another word. She sounds like a young and growing. Therefore, stay focused on you, boo. Rejection is protection. Find you nice near your university. You sound like a young and grown person. Therefore, stay focused on your goals right now. Rejection is protection. That's what I say. Rejection is protection. Make some money and find a good friend near your university. Yeah, don't focus on these men. You sound like a young and grown person. Therefore, stay focused on your goals right now. Rejection is protection. Use this time to find a summer job, make some money, and find a good friend near your university. It hurts. Okay. We have a nice little comment. You sound like a young and growing person. Therefore, stay focused on your goals right now. Rejection is protection, even though it hurts. Use this time to find a summer job, make some money, and find a good friend near your university. Sign, Chibu. Yeah, man, we got to encourage the youth because if you're young in college right now, enjoy that time. I wish I could go back to college. And I mean, like, when you first get to college, when you're, like, still 18, 19 years old, freshman in the dorm or whatever. Oh, my God. That was, like, the best time. Everybody young around you. Everybody getting educated. Everybody naive still. They're trying to figure out themselves, figure out the world. Don't waste that time focus on a boyfriend back at home. Forget him. He's a loser. He's probably not even in college. There's nothing wrong with not being in college, but you want to be in alignment with people who are on your level, who has the same vision as you. Don't worry about that man. Let it go. That's what I say. And I know it's easier said than done to let a relationship go, but if any relationship doesn't serve you purpose, don't entertain it. Especially a long distance relationship. I've been through that, so I wouldn't do it again. And that's why I am encouraging her not to do that. Don't be in a long distance relationship when you are in college. It is just going to stress you out. Okay. Welcome to the channel, y'all. It's HHG, one half of ChibuchiHHG. Make sure y'all like the live. Hit that thumbs up button for me. So right now, hold on. We are reviewing some long distance relationship posts on Reddit. And the title of tonight's live is Don't Let Him Stress You in a Long Distance Relationship. And that specifically applied to that young lady in that post. She's away in college, and he said, don't come back to the city. What? You don't tell me what to do for one. But whatever. What we got in the comment section? You are right there. It is time for everything, right? It's time. She got time to get another boyfriend. She has time to. I will focus on making my money and focusing on my education. Like, girl, you could be picking up a summer class or something. But she's so in love, and I just fantasize about being with him, girl. And when I was in college in 2011, I didn't know about Reddit. I didn't know I could run to Reddit and ask for advice. I wish I did. I wouldn't probably ask for advice, but just reading other people's problems, stories is really supportive. Okay, let's go to the next story. I think I have about 4. So let's go to the next one. Share screen. Okay, the next one. I'm going to read it. So we got a 34-year-old female and a 33-year-old male. And it reads, am I being too cautious? Need advice. I've been with my LDR boyfriend for a few months. We talked online for a while before officially starting our relationship. Later, I traveled to his country for my own reasons. Cap. And that's when we met in person and decided to make it official. I didn't stay at his place full time, but I did spend a few nights there. Recently, I seen a lot of posts about people discovering their LDR partner was living a double life. Sure, let me find out. And it has made me start looking at my own situation more critically. A few things that stand out. I didn't have Facebook before, so we never connected there. I do have his Instagram, but he hasn't posted anything in 2 to 3 years. I also noticed he seems to have several Instagram and Facebook accounts. We've connected on LinkedIn, but it's purely professional. I don't have the contact information for his family, friends, or roommates. I didn't meet any of them during my visit because it felt too early. It's never too early to try to figure out who a person is. I noticed some women's and children's items around his house. Oh, Lordy, I'm about to fall out the chair. Sorry. Let me keep reading. He told me that they belong to relatives who visit often. Cappity, cap. That is capping. He's capping. He's lying on that one. Let's keep going. I'm not a big social media person, so I never really felt the need to connect on those platforms. I also feel it's still a bit early to meet his family or friends. At the same time, I'm worried about the possibility that he could be married or already have a girlfriend. We video call sometimes and talk on the phone a few times a week. We both have busy schedules, especially him. Don't justify him. For those who have experience with LDRs, which is a long distance relationship, what are some healthy ways to know if someone is living a double life? How soon is it reasonable to meet or connect with their family and friends? If you can't meet them in person, how do you get to know their circle and feel more confident about the relationship? Thank you so much. Okay. Am I being too cautious? And then she asks a bunch of questions at the end. So I guess before, in the beginning, she said it. She said, recently I've seen a lot of posts about people discovering their long distance relationship partner was living a double life. So I guess on social media, she's been seeing some content where people like me, I'll be like, oh, I think my man is living a double life. And they're telling, oh, excuse me, pause. So she's seeing content where people are saying their partners, they found out that their partner's living a double life. So now she's like, let me step back. Let me look into my own situation. Is my man living a double life too? And then she starts to bring up all the red flags. She's like, oh, he don't have Facebook. She don't have Facebook. He has Instagram. He doesn't post. We're on LinkedIn together. Like, who communicates on LinkedIn like that for real? She doesn't know any of his family, friends, roommates. Roommates? So he has roommates? So those kids' clothes and items could be like the roommates. She feel like it's too early to meet his family, his friends. And she noticed women's children and clothes item at his house. But she said she did spend a few nights at his place. And he lives in another country. That's hard. That's hard. And that's the thing about looking into someone else's situation or just hearing about negativity, because she got this idea in her head by looking at content on social media. So now she's like suspicious of her own situation. And I understand, like that's almost like human nature. That's hard. You don't know if the man is living a double life. You saw women and children's clothes at the children items at his house. That is a red flag. But then also you say he has roommates. What are some healthy ways to know if someone is living a double life? Bitch, ain't no healthy way. There's no healthy way. It's not healthy when they're living a double life. There's no healthy way when you find out. What are some healthy ways to know if someone is living a double life? There's no healthy way. Nothing is healthy about that. You gotta let karma deal with that one. How soon is it reasonable to meet or connect with family and friends? I say as early as possible. You're trying to get to know this person. You want to know where they come from, who they hang out with. It's never too late. It's like meeting a stranger, right? You meet a stranger in a grocery store. That's okay. They're a stranger. You probably won't see them again or no time soon. It's okay to meet his people. It's not like it's doing any harm. I think it's okay. Like immediately I met ChibuchiHHG's brother on FaceTime. I don't think it's an issue. Two of his brothers. And that was just on FaceTime. I think it's best to do it as soon as possible. You want to know what you're getting into. What if he's from a crazy family and it's a deal breaker for you? You know, what if some of his people are codependent on him? You want to know those things. So connect with family and friends of his as soon as possible. Now I wasn't like, oh, let me meet your brother, let me meet your dad. No, it kind of naturally flowed, and I was open to meeting with them. And I may have had some hesitation at first, like, nah, I don't want to see them on FaceTime, but it happened early on. If you can't meet the person, if you can't meet them in person, how do you get to know their circle and feel more confident about the relationship? Keep getting to know them. Ask a bunch of questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. So how many siblings you got? Okay, did you share bedrooms growing up? You know, stuff like that. You know, how were you raised? Did y'all get beatings? What was your household chores? You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of gauge them with questions. Who's your best friend? What do you like to do? Where do you like to hang out at? You know, do you go to concerts? Let me see some pictures. Oh, I was on your Instagram and I saw this person, you and this person. Who is that? You know, you gotta get creative. You gotta ask those questions. I say ask the questions. Let's see. Meek Life say, hey fam, I would definitely have my investigation hat on. Period. Me too. You gotta dive into that. I would ask God to reveal what's hidden. Amen. Yeah, going to God. See, I didn't even say faith. That's a good point. Depending on your faith, asking God to reveal things that you don't know the answers to, using your intuition. You know, maybe that was a sign that you ran across the content and saw that type of content. It kind of opened up your eyes. Be mentally sensitive to put words together and see if they really match. Okay. Be mentally sensitive to put words together and see if they really match. Right. Like, I definitely grilled Chibuchi. I don't know. I'm thinking a lot of, maybe I get this from like my therapy life, but I ask a lot of questions multiple times, but in different ways. Okay, so like for one, how old are you? What year were you born in? What's your zodiac sign? That age one, I can grill it hard. I remember being with someone and they told me they were a certain age. It was close to my age. But then I go on Facebook and I find old pictures. And this is sad. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny in the moment. And they got like throwback pictures of certain clothes that I didn't grow up with. Or they're holding like that big brick phone. And that was before my time. So I'm like, hold up. How are you not from the 90s? You before the 90s, because there's no way that you're holding. They got a phone about this size and like flexing in the picture with the brick phone. I don't know what they call it, but it was a big phone. And I'm like, this ain't making sense. And I didn't really justify it, but I kept a mental note. I said something ain't adding up. And then the outfit, the way they wore clothes, just pictures can tell 1,000 words. So I used that information. And then eventually the devil revealed themselves. But when I also called them out. Yeah, man, you gotta call out situations. You really do. You gotta ask things a lot of ways. How old are you? When were you born? What's your zodiac sign? What are you doing for your birthday? You got any birthday plans? you gotta get creative. You gotta test it. You have to test it. Also, know if they are examples of what they be talking about themselves. Also know if there are examples of what they right. Are you really living the life that you say you are living? Let me take this down. Are you truly about that life? You tell me you a chef, but you don't know basic recipes. Oh, you work here? You a chef at this store? And not to be like, what I'm trying to say. Don't be stockish, but be investigate. Be an investigator. You know what I'm saying? You a chef at this restaurant? Okay, you drive that Honda? Okay, I'm gonna ride by. You say you have, and not to be stockish, but that's if you don't trust a person. If you trust them and you feel confident in what they say, you good. But in this situation, this girl is starting to doubt her man is who he is. I think you have to ask those questions. You investigate too, Meek Life. Yeah. You ask those questions a different way. You got to. That's how Mrs. Chibuchi question my ass every seconds of the day and night. She be questioning. Period. I don't like that little emoji face you got, but I get it. I gotta ask my questions. I need to know. Because you know my favorite song, right, Chibuchi? And even though I'm married, this is still my song. It's still gonna be my song. I'm sorry, I got some goodies today, and I'm like excited. Let's read some of the comments. Look at all my let me show y'all this though. Look at all my Sharpies. I love all the colors. Brown. I want a coloring book for Sharpies. Because Sharpies, they bleed through. I don't want my Sharpies to bleed through the paper. I need a coloring book. Do they have coloring books just for Sharpies? Yay. Okay, let's read some of the comments. I'm curious to what the people told her. What they say. Nosy. You always got to read the comments. Okay. Not having or using social media doesn't mean he is leading a double life. To me, there would be a noticeable difference between a house that had a woman and children living there and one with a couple of random items because they visit. Like, was half his closet women's clothes? Was the other nightstand filled with women's things? Or did he just have a box with some toys in it? Those are good points. And I'm not saying that I think he's living a double life. Like, there's not enough information. You have to ask the questions to figure this out. Of course, we don't know. We don't know the man. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. She responded. What's her username? Okay. She said he is using social media, but has a few of them. But I don't use them that often, so I don't connect with him on there. Should I do now? Should I do now? I did not check his closet because we used the guest room when I was there for a few days because his room was occupied for another thing. It was unplanned stay for my side because we were not officially together at the time. Wait, pause. More red flags starting to flare up. Okay. So y'all used the guest room because his room was occupied for another thing? What? Make it make sense. That don't make sense to me, but let's keep going. It was an unplanned stay from my side. Let me tell you, I ain't even go. Let me pause on reading that. Okay, cool. It was an unplanned stay from your side, right? That's fine. I get that. I'm not gonna go in your bedroom. We're gonna be in the guest room. What you hiding in your room? You know what I'm saying? Is a dead body over there? What's over there? I'm nosy. I need to see the whole room. The whole house, I mean. If I come to your house, I need a tour. When I think about the house, I visit my friend. She gave me a house tour. You know, when I need to use the restroom, I get up and use the restroom by myself. I went to Chibuchi's family house for the first time. I got a house tour. It was like no room where it was like, oh, don't go in that room. Especially the bedroom. That make it make sense. I'm trying to understand that. And then she's trying to justify it by saying, what did she say? She said, oh, it was a unplanned stay from my side because we were not officially together at that time. So you went over to his country, you're not officially with him, and then you stay at his house, and y'all stay in the guest bedroom, and I know y'all had sex. Some girl shoes on the shoe rack, just one or two random toys in the house or outside. Now answering you, it makes more sense. Seems like he does not plan to hide these things from me, but still question, how do you get to know your partner circle if you have not met them in person? FaceTime, that's why we have iPhones. That's why we have WhatsApp. There's plenty other apps where you could FaceTime, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, Snapchat, TikTok. Know their names. Go search their social media. What do you mean? Like, she's annoying me with that question. How do you get to know somebody if you never met them? The same way you get to know a person when you're in a long distance relationship. Let's keep going. You can get to know people without meeting them. Oh, well, the bedroom thing is super weird to me. Agreed. How was his own bedroom in his own house occupied? Did you see inside? That's where I'm at. Did you not see inside of it? Like, how do you go into a house of a boyfriend? You stay in a couple days. Oh, honey, we're not going to stay in my bedroom. We're going to stay in the guest room. My first question is, why? Why? Why are we staying in the guest room? What's wrong? Is there a plumbing issue? Are you remodeling your bedroom? You know, give me something. Is it a bunch of dead bodies in your room? Or is your wife stuff is all in your bedroom? This is getting more suspect. As far as getting introduced to his people in real life, everyone's timeline for that is going to be different, true. But after a couple months, he should have at least told his friends about you, right? If he's feeling you, he is praising your name. He is trying to show you off. But you said the first time you went to his country, y'all wasn't officially together. But you still went to his house and you stayed a couple nights and you stayed in the guest bedroom. It sounded like you was a booty call those couple days. And here she go justifying it. I love to hear that excuse. It's a bit complicated. We talked for 2 months before we met. So he mentioned that his relative family came for a visit and asked me whether I will stay at his place. If not, he will let his relative use that room. I didn't decide at the time because it was my personal trip planned before talking to him. Then we had a conflict and didn't talk for a week. Later, I arrived his country and we decided to meet in person. Finally agreed to try LDR. I ended up staying at his house, but in guest room. My fault. Laughing face. It's nothing funny, girl. for a few days. Surprisingly, didn't see any relatives. He said they know that I was in his house, but I am quite shy and sensitive, so he told them that so they would be aware of. Yeah, I don't think shy and sensitive can go very well in a long distance relationship. And it's nothing wrong with being shy and sensitive. But if you go let certain things just fly by because you're shy and sensitive, or you scared to meet his people, if I come to another country and I go to your house where your relatives visit frequently, I would think I would run into your people while I'm there. And I'm going to go ahead and be ready to meet and introduce myself. But maybe she was super shy and sensitive. So he has a guest room, but when a guest came, a guest you never saw, he gave them his own room. I'm trying to tell you, they're ripping. This person is ripping them apart. Cause make it make sense. And stayed in the guest room with you. Did you see into the room at all? This is really fishy to me. Sorry, that's a good point. How you have a guest room and then you have a guest, but then you give them your bedroom? Yes, he stayed in his guest room with me. No, I walked around the house, but not but not that room. So she walked around the house, but she didn't go to the bedroom. It's like one of those scary movies where the what you call it, not the thumbnail, but how you go to the movie, they got all the posters of the different movies on the wall. And so this is like one of the scary movies, and the picture on the wall, it has a scary door. So you telling me you visit him, y'all stayed in the guest room together, you walked around the house, but you didn't go to that room, the bedroom, the master bedroom? Like, the master bedroom is where it's at. The bathroom is bigger. It's more space. You most likely have a ceiling fan. You telling me that you skipped over the master bedroom? Okay. Yes, he stayed. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I walked around the house, but not that room. Okay. I'm going to stop diving in. Let me read one more because that's hilarious to me. The entire purpose of a guest room is for guests. And giving someone else his room, but then that person stays away because you're there makes zero sense. If they weren't there at all, then why were you in the guest room? And is it really practical to think they snuck in and out after you went to bed and before you woke up every day I can't stop laughing, and however long you were there? Did he go into the room ever at all for any reason? I usually try to give the benefit of the doubt, but I'm struggling to think of an innocent explanation for this. Sorry, they keep saying sorry. Okay, we're gonna finish up this little thread because there's only 2 more responses. So here she goes. She responds to this person and says, yes, I heard the kid sound at home when I was there, and he said that his cousin's kid, he said they come twice a month. I was there for one night plus 2 nights during these times. Either they went out or we went out, so I did not see them, and he did not introduce me to them. He went to the room one time, I think, to find his stuff before we went out. Yes, I also asked him directly when I saw the kid stuff, and he said it's his cousin's kid. What should I do to clarify and make all of it clear with him? I am thinking and need a few days to address. I don't know whether religion will be an excuse in this case. He is Muslim. I am not. And from what he said earlier, relationship is quite important. So, 1, he treats his relatives like family. He introduced his girlfriend to family when the relationship is more certain. Now I doubt all of this. Yeah, it's starting to get confusing. If they come twice a month, why do they not stay in the guest room? Why do they come stay with him twice a month? I'm glad they asked that, because that's what I was thinking, like, what? Why do your family come twice a month? Are they coming from out of town? But twice a month is just a weird timing. Maybe this is a cultural or religious component I'm missing, but I think it's weird that his relative could know you were staying there but not meet you. Exactly. It's giving red flag. Girl, how are you not side-eyeing all of this, right? What do y'all think? That's enough reading for me. It's giving red flag, red flag, red flag. Let's see what Chibuchi said. You, that's right. You put your trust in the stupid hoe. How you figure he won't look your best friend and then your sister. Don't trust no ninja by Kaya. That's one of my favorite songs. Good morning, y'all, from the south side of Nigeria. We'll be joining the live in a few minutes. Share my morning devotion with y'all. Don't miss out. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chibuchi. Yes, that situation is weird. Like the person in the comments was saying. Like, what are you talking about? You go to another country, you visit a man, he has a house. A house has a bedroom in it. But y'all don't go to the master bedroom. You think you hear kids. You see women's clothes. You see kids' toys. You walk around the house, but you don't walk into the master bedroom. Did he tell you, oh, don't go in there? Meat Life says, if he's Muslim, it's possible he's hiding in wife and kids. Yeah. And then when you go over there, you claim that you wasn't committed to him. You already had a trip planned to go over there. And she's just giving so many excuses. So this is really, I think my man is cheating. And I have these thoughts too sometimes. And I don't know, I would have to ask Chibuchi if he has these thoughts too. I feel like it's human nature to think this, especially in a long distance relationship. What he doing over there? You know what I'm saying? Who's in the house with him? Chibuchi lives alone, so sometimes I be like, it's not all. I haven't done this in a long time, but show me around. Let me see the house. Let me see the living room. Show me the bathroom. Because you don't know. You don't know. I feel like the only way to catch a cheater is they confess, or you catch them live in action, or the other person reaches out and like, oh, I'm sleeping with your man or whatever. So I understand her thoughts of trying to figure it out. Now her red flags are crazy. I haven't had all, knock on wood, and God, please don't give me this negative stuff. I'm just reading about this long distance relationship. But her red flags are suspicious. And I was really laughing the whole time because I'm thinking about the past. A man will invite you in their house knowing that he has a wife and kids. Been there, done that. Wife, marriage pictures all on the mirror. They are so trifling. They will do anything to get some cat. They don't care. Y'all in the bed in the guest room. They pictures up on the wall looking at y'all. They don't care. To get their rocks off, I feel like a man does not care. I was about to say the same thing. It's human nature to let the mind wander. Yeah, that is very true. That's very true. And her mind started to wonder once she saw this content on social media where people in long distance relationship was saying, oh, my partner's living a double life. And we know as dating Africans, Nigerians, that's one of the big stereotypes. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but it happens in any type of relationship. It happens in a domestic, local relationship. I know people now that's with a man, women now who are with a man, and after he leave her, he going back with her. He has multiple. He has a roster. So, yeah, a person could easily cheat, but it's up to you. It's like, are you going to tolerate it? You going to live with that? Or are you going to move on from that? Do you want to be a part of that, all that energy? It's just too much energy for me, dating multiple people. It's too much energy. You got to deal with multiple personalities. You become mentally unstable at that point. I don't know how players juggle so many different women or sleeping with so many different people. That's too much energy being put out. Men are something else, just as women. Hello. Okay, Chibuchi. What about the comment just being men are something else? Period. Just as women. Yeah, people are something else. I definitely agree with you. I would rather find a person to just be honest. I would have more respect for him If he's honest, then me finding out. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Just tell me that you can't stay committed. You want to be with somebody else. You feeling lonely. You like to sleep with multiple people. Let me know what I'm signing up for. That's a sticky situation. And she talking about she's shy and sensitive. Well, girl, if you want to know these questions, you gonna have to get unshy and unsensitive and ask questions. It sounds like, I don't know, he may be hiding everybody from you, because if you meet the family members, then they're gonna slip up and talk about his wife and kids if he has one. Or maybe she's just making all of this up in her head because she saw the content on social media and she's trying to relate too hard. Sometimes we can try to be too relatable. And I wouldn't want to relate to that negativity. And I think she need to be asking herself, okay, you saw this man on your vacation or whatever you did to his country. You spent a couple nights with him. Do you want to be with him? Does he want to be with you? Start right there. She's all the way at Y and she's still on letter B. Are y'all together? Because all that dialogue she did was a lot. Oh, when I first went there, we wasn't together, but I did go to his house and I stayed a couple nights. Now we know if you stayed a couple nights, y'all had sex. Like 90% sure you had sex with the man. So are you together because you stayed a couple nights? Like, are you even with this man? Or are you just trying to figure out if he has a wife and kids? So let's bring it back and figure out, are you even in a relationship with this person first? And do they want to be in a relationship? Good luck to her. I wouldn't be trying to figure out too much. Like, if your intuition is telling you all of that, then let it go. Find a new man. And you know what? I would find a new man that's not long distance. Okay, one more comment from this though. He has red flag all over it. It doesn't make sense at all. And he is so impressed with himself that he pulled off getting you to stay in the guest room of his house. Mega fishy. I like that phrase. Mega fishy. Period. Yeah. I'm not saying it isn't fishy, but I'm going to play a bit of devil's advocate. Okay. When I have family stay, I give them my bedroom because it's bigger and it has the ensuite bathroom. So it is more private for them. The bed is nicer as well. I sleep in the guest room for the night or 2 nights. Sometimes that seems fishy to some people, or not as fishy depending on the circumstance. For example, my boyfriend has a Facebook page and I'm not friends with him on it. Yeah, that's fishy. I've been there too. Like, why are we not friends on social media? For us, there are very specific reasons why, but to an outsider, it would look like he's being shady. What's the reason? 5 minutes ago, cap. And even, okay, here's my thing. Even if he had people over at his house and they were staying in his bedroom and y'all stayed in the guest room, I'm not about to stay at your house. You got company. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to stay with you. Why you laid up with a man and he has family in the other room and his kids in the house, and that's too much. But some people don't care. So good luck to her. She need to figure out if she is even with that man. Oh, Chibuchi, let me send you the link. So I have a third story. Let's get into the third story. And remember, tonight's topic is don't let him stress you in a long distance relationship. And the first 2 stories have been women. These are women talking about their male partner in their relationship, and they sound stressed. The first girl, she's away in college, and he said, don't come back to the city this summer. And then this one, she went to a whole nother country, and she's seeing all these red flags. But then also, she doesn't know if she's truly committed to the man. Another red flag. Now the third story. Don't let him stress you, especially long distance. That's the good thing about being long distance, right? It's because the good thing is you don't have to see him in person. You don't have that physical stress. You don't have to respond if you don't want to respond. For tonight. Okay, sending you the link now, Chibuchi. Well, let's get into the third story. Stop screen, share screen. Okay, and this is really relevant to long distance relationships. This story right here. And y'all, this is real people in the world posted on Reddit, and I'm just reviewing it. And I hope y'all can see that. Okay. So here's the story. How much contact do you have with your partner? Now we're talking about long distance relationship now. Me and my boyfriend has been together for 5 months now. He is working in the Navy and lives in another country. But we both live together, but we both live close to the border, so it only takes like an hour drive. Since he works in the Navy, he sometimes is away at sailings for a couple weeks. Right now, he will be away for 7 weeks total. 4 weeks has passed. I do love him and miss him, but right now I feel like we have a bit too much contact. Oh, let me read that again. But right now I feel like we have a bit too much contact. Right now we have 3 communication channels. 1, Snapchat, where he asks how the day has been and other questions during the day. 2, Instagram, where we send reels and text a bit. 3, calling each other like 2 to 4 times a week. I feel like this is a bit too much for me since we write each other about our days. So when we call, we have something to talk about for like 30 minutes. But then the time after feels really drawn out since we already know what happens in the other person's life. His work is also very repetitive, and he does almost the same thing every day. Know when he is gone. He likes to call, and I do too. But I feel like the combination of everything is a bit too much for me personally. I have talked to him about this before when we talk every day, and I will talk to him about it again about this as well, of course. He is very understanding. This just makes me wonder how much contact y'all have with your partner. Girl, how much contact do you have with your partner in a long distance relationship? So he in the Navy, you back at home. He's out sailing for 7 weeks. It's already been 4 weeks. Let me answer the question first, and then I'll get into her. Every day contact. Every day is contact. Definitely at least a text, FaceTime, a phone call, something every day. Now, we send each other something on social media. That's just, some little entertainment. Watch it at your leisure. I'm not texting him on Snapchat or Instagram. Oh, how was your day? No, I'm doing that through WhatsApp. WhatsApp is our main communication app. So I'm thinking like she said Snapchat, Instagram, and text or call. Why y'all using Snapchat and Instagram? And I was thinking, oh, maybe because he's using internet only, he's out there selling. But then she said phone call as well. So I don't know. Maybe y'all just like using social media. Yeah, communicating through 3 different apps is a lot. Maybe y'all can just only communicate through one. So even if he do text you through Snapchat or Instagram, maybe just reply through the phone app. But also I'm like, girl, just support that man. He's out there in the Navy, serving the country, selling for weeks and weeks and weeks. Never know what could happen, right? The whole damn ship could get blown up, or I don't know, a ship can sink. Whatever. Just support the man. Talk to him. However he talks. It's been 4 weeks. I feel like she's just getting tired and lonely that he's not in the city with her. But also, you got to consider how he feels. He out there doing, like you said it, he's doing repetitive work out there on a ship, probably on a ship full of men. You blessed that he's even communicating with you. What if he didn't have a way to communicate? What if he was on a ship full of women sailors and he talked to them instead of talking to you? Meat Life says, I would say as much contact as possible. Never know what each other are going through, and that person may need to feel that connection. Agreed. That's what I'm saying too. I feel like just thug it out for the next few weeks. He's just trying to get any little connection, communication with you. And you said you already told him, and then you say, I'm going to have this conversation again. Don't be a nag. You sound like you're nagging. Who cares how he sends the message? Just respond and let it be. She's acting like it's a workout or something. Respond however. Just respond. I think I would imagine, because I don't know, I would imagine if he's out there on duty, he's active duty military, he needs some type of support. You don't know what his work environment like. Yeah, he does the same thing over and over, but you don't know how tight the ship is or how he's feeling mentally. I think she's making something out of nothing. It's a nothing burger for me. Talk to your man every day. Calling 2 to 4 times a week. That's pretty low. So when he comes back in town, you'll be able to see him and talk to him face to face. You know, I hear her question, how much contact do you have with your partner? That's the question. She feel like she's having too much contact. I think maybe she's just using too many different applications. Just narrow down the applications just to one. And if you're going to send each other like something content, social media related, of course, send it through social media, but you don't have to reply through social media. Instagram, we send reels and texts a bit. Snapchat, she's one of those persons where she gotta respond to everything. And Chibuchi is like that for me. He responds to everything, like every message, every piece of content. A lot of times when I send content and he doesn't text it back right away, like we are relaxed on that. If I send you a funny reel on Instagram or something, I'm not expecting you to watch it right now and respond to it. Girl, you better not mess up that military situation. You better keep that man on your side and get some benefits. I only do calls with my boyfriend every day with minimum chat throughout the day, like texting, sending reels. It's enough for us. I know he will talk about his day during the call, right? And who has time to sit and text back and forth all day? Like, for real. I can understand if he does, because he's doing repetitive work. He's on a ship. Texting is probably convenient for him. Of course, he can't be at work on the phone. What are you doing all day that you can text on Snapchat, Instagram, and on the phone? It sounds like she needs something to do. We get on a call at 7 p.m. every day to talk and play games together. Other than that, we talk from 10 a.m. to 10:30 during his lunch break at work. That is about it, and maybe a few exchange here and there, but they may or may not happen. So what's the issue? You got a call at 7 p.m. You talk for 30 minutes on his lunch break, and you may have a few exchanges during the day. I think it depends on your own relationship. I am lucky enough to have gotten a partner that is just as clingy as I am. We are texting, calling constantly. We don't go long without speaking very often. Although we have 4 hours before without anyone getting angry or jealous or anything, blah, blah, blah. I think that works best for you and your partner is all that matters. Because what works for mine will not work for you, it seems. We tell each other about our day during the day it happens. I feel you won't always have something to say, but find something to say or do. Right. My girlfriend and I pass time with Reddit. People really use Reddit most days, reading and conversing on the posts that allows us to learn about others' feelings. We also have watched movies, had virtual dates, cooked dinner over the phone. You just have to find something to fill the silence with. Yeah. Yeah, maybe she don't have nothing to talk about, so it's becoming too much. Yeah. I mean, this is a great time to learn how to spice it up a little bit. How to introduce new topics, new conversations. I feel like what she complained about it's not much. Even if the phone call only lasts 30 minutes, that's okay. And some people aren't okay with silence. I love silence. So some people don't like to be silent. Maybe she's still awkward. I think she said it. I think she said that we've been together for 5 months now. So it's kind of still new. It's still new. Yeah, maybe it's still new for her. Maybe it's still new for her. Maybe that's what it is. It's only been 5 months. But as the topic says, don't let him stress you in an LDR. Don't be stressed, baby girl. It's okay. It's okay not to have nothing to talk about. It's okay to not respond to every message. It's okay to say, hey, honey, I think I just want to communicate by phone only when you get off work.